And it's us.
It's us.
Where's Claudio? Claudio.
I
Claudio. Look.
we
The poster. The
I
poster has
know we sent out
Claudio.
an invite and he's supposed to be on. Where's Claudio?
It's, we switched to Fridays for Claudio.
Yes.
We got one person watching. Maybe it's Claudio. I have no idea. Welcome, whoever's watching.
Yes,
It's
whoever's
probably
watching.
Bees.
Definitely.
Just
Yeah. Yeah. So
all right.
Claudio is MIA right now. We'll have to
Fresh
find him tomorrow.
iced tea. How are you doing, Mike? How has your week been? It's been a
My
week
week,
since we chatted.
yes, it has been. What my week has been fairly uneventful, with the possible exception of my washing machine giving up the ghost. We had to go out and buy a new washer, and it's a little bit different to go to an appliance store in a pandemic. It's a little, how can I say, disconcerting that the salespeople, I don't know, they don't seem to have a good concept of distancing. And to be able to really see what they're explaining, and you have to sort of like, they should be able to show you, and then you can look, and then they remove themselves from your proximity, and you can take, but they don't, they just seem to crowd in on there. I don't know if I have no idea of what other sales experiences are in other stores. I haven't been to many stores apart from grocery stores, which is
Mm-hmm.
is a different thing. There's
And it's
there's a,
harder to shop around too if you're
yes,
not willing to go into as many stores, especially if you had a bad
exactly.
experience in the
That's it.
first one.
That's it. So I don't know what, like, for example, I have no idea what it must be like to go and try and buy a car in a pandemic. So yeah,
Sorry, just
it's
making some ice cube noises.
icy noises. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, okay. So that was one of the experiences I had this week, and there's apart from that, it's been very, very quiet. We've gotten some news that we're going to be released from some of the constraints for the restraints we have for the pandemic from Mr. Legault, but I still am sort of like a little bit skeptical in his rationale and reasoning and all of the things he wants to sort of like, you know,
well, May
free us
26th
to
is his
do.
birthday, so
Yeah,
I
May
think
26th is his
that's
birthday.
when they
Yeah.
are ending
No, actually, it's the 28th.
the 28th. Oh, the
The
waiting.
28th. Yeah, they're waiting a
He's got to
couple of
wait 2 days
days.
for his party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And anyway, so that's one of the things. And we also just yesterday, uh, see, I live in the West Island, so this is a big event for us. Um, they closed the Ilotort Bridge, the Highway 40 bridge that connects Montreal Island to the mainland, to Vaudreuil-Dorion and all that area, and also that leads to the highways to Ottawa and to Toronto. And now that
yes,
is closed.
I mean, but the
So
20 bridge is right there, and
it's
that's leading to
there, it's
Toronto.
there, but the
It's a
20
little bit more
bridges
roundabout to go to Ottawa,
and
but
the 20 bridge is in no way capable of handling all of that traffic.
hmm.
So it's like, okay. So people are tearing their hairs out, and rightfully so. I would not want to be living off island right now. I'm very glad to be here in the West Island and not having to deal with that headache. Yeah. Hello, Duck.
So I got my this is Puddles the duck from
Puddles.
StreamYard. You can
Okay.
see he's on the pillow as well.
Yes.
So that just
Is
came
that
in.
his official name? Is that his official
His
name?
official
Puddles?
name is Puddles.
Is Puddles. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A very aquatic term for an aquatic fowl. Yes. Yes.
Hopefully he doesn't leave Puddles behind him.
Oh,
He's host trained,
yes.
so
Or eggs.
eggs would be okay. I'd be
I don't
happy
know.
with eggs.
It might be male duck. He looks fairly butch.
I believe the male mallards are
Yes. Have the
green
have
headed.
the green heads. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
There we go. We've
there we
just
go.
we've just assumed the duck sex.
There's going to be they have opened up taking appointments for people between the ages of 12 and 17.
Yes.
I read
Mm-hmm.
trying to get to 75% of the population immunized
Mm-hmm.
before summer. That's going to be key. I did a walk here in Verdun even today. Um, It wasn't as busy today as it was, say, 2 days ago. The Verdun Beach
Ah,
filled with people. A lot of them,
yeah.
I would say, 17 or younger. And
Well, the weather is getting much warmer, and
yeah,
yeah,
look how flushed my face is.
yes,
I've got a coating of sweat
yeah.
on me right now.
Well, all I got to say is I thank God for my AC because when I was out and about yesterday doing the shopping thing for the washer, and it was damn hot in the car. I mean, it's like you sit in the car for 5 minutes and you're sweating buckets if you don't put the AC on or have the windows open. And even with the windows open, it was still very, very, very hot because greenhouse, little greenhouse effect inside the car, with all that glass. Not
Yes.
pleasant. I remember I can't remember. It must be back in the 90s that I was the last car that I had, the last automobile I had that had no air conditioning. I mean, it used to be, the air conditioning was an option for, nowadays almost all cars come with AC, but it used to be an option. And I remember sweltering one sweltering summer, I owned a black Mazda, no air conditioning. It was, God, it was like you have to open the doors and let the hot air get out of the car for a good 5 to 10 minutes before you even sat in the damn thing. And then you'd have to drive with all the windows open because there was just no way you could drive around with the windows up.
Yeah. The joys of the environment we're living in. Wait till global warming really
Yeah, kicks in, yeah,
kicks
with
in.
a
The
vengeance,
climate
yeah,
change.
yeah.
It's going to be. It won't take much for the
No,
planet to be inhabitable for most of the life forms currently on it.
yeah,
I mean, so many animals are keen to like a certain
yep. The
biome.
oceans especially, 1 or 2 degrees difference in ocean water
Yeah.
makes a huge difference in the habitat for a variety of species, be it photoplankton, be it fish, be it mollusks, be it whatever. They just don't deal well with that little shift in temperature. It's just some of them just like stop reproducing. Some of them can't live. They have to move deeper waters to stay in the cool,
Mhm.
and it's not a good thing. And then, of course, the deeper you go, the less light you have, the less photoplankton there is, the less things to eat. It's all a big, you know,
Question.
loveliness.
All right. This is Asian Heritage Month.
Yes,
We
it
are
is.
coming up towards the. We're getting into the last week of it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this is something that the LA Public Library has put out, um, and lead singer of Rage Against the Machine has praised it. So
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard it all yet, but
Okay.
this is the Lindas uh, with Racist Sexist Boy.
Wow. Okay.
A little while before we went into lockdown, a boy in my class came up to me and said that his dad told him to stay away from Chinese people. After I told him that I was Chinese, he backed away from me. Eloise and I wrote the song based on that experience.
So this is about him and all the other racist, sexist boys in this world. 1, 2, 3, 4.
LA Public Library.
Racist, sexist boy, you are a racist, sexist boy, and you have really dangerous toys. Take him, shoot and destroy. You are a racist, sexist boy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You say me, stopping you from
We gotta love those insults. Poser,
Yeah.
blockhead.
Yeah.
It's I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I think it's yeah, it's a little bit juvenile. They're young, they're very, and
Yes.
it's like, but yeah, it's spot on. It's like yeah, I can honestly, I can see the the monolithic white boy being, told by his father to stay away from the Asian kid, like yeah, it's like geez, sometimes you have to really, I can't even fathom somebody telling their child to avoid hanging around with another child because that child is of another race. It just racism is taught. It's not. It does, kids, babies. You put babies together in a playpen. They're not going to, not play with the other kid because the other kid is Chinese or Korean or black or Mexican. They're gonna play with them because it's another child. It's another human being. They relate to them on a very, very basic humanist uh, uh, you know way. So to think that somebody goes out of their way to instill that in a child, it's just pathetic. I think teaching a child racism is child abuse. It is point blank. That's my belief.
That's also something that came up in the TV show version of The Watchmen
Yeah.
as well.
Hmm.
With uh, when the main character is being asked, if she bought her business with the Redford Asians, which was
Hmm.
a racist code word in that show. Um, so it's good to see that it's being challenged and addressed in pop culture these days.
Right.
But when it comes to like a youthful band, I'm going to show you something that the Linda Linda's the Linda Linda's harkens back to me to like the old punk kind of stuff.
Yeah. Very much. Yeah.
This was I think a bit more of a post-punk pop kind of sound,
Hmm.
but this band actually did fairly well. Um, well, we'll say fairly well, and they did get like a little retro callback later.
Hmm.
But here's another band. I remember when this band had my parents
Well, I know you're having a hard time. Tomorrow will be tough, and today will too. I can see it in your eyes that you need my help. But what can I do?
Any idea who the band is, Mike?
No,
Famous for.
Well, I know you're having a bad day.
no, they Canadians.
Try to make you smile anyway. I can
I'm at a loss
see that my
to name them.
efforts do little to help you, but push you away.
I'll play another little clip from probably their more famous song, most famous song.
Hmm.
But the thing is, that's this song. I'll start playing it, and this song actually inspired a manga artist while he was writing a manga, so he named the main character after this song, and then that manga ended up being turned into a movie. So this is the song that Scott Pilgrim. It's called Plum Tree.
Plum Tree.
Plum Tree.
I'd like to for 1,000 years, 1,000 years. I'd like to for 1,000 years,
Nice little
1,000 years. I'd like to
I can barely hear you over the music, Paul.
I've liked you for 1,000 years, 1,000 years.
They do a subversive switch in this song, or in the video, sorry, where they have the people who are the motorheads,
Right.
are the girls, and the cheerleader types are all, well, mainly all guys.
Okay.
So it's a neat little twist.
1,000 years, I've liked you for 1,000 years, 1,000 years. I've liked you for 1,000 years, 1,000 years. You can't stand to see me that way. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, you can't stand to see me that way. Yeah, yeah. I've liked you for 1,000 years, 1,000 years. I've liked you for 1,000 years, 1,000 years. I've liked you for 1,000 years, 1,000 years.
Are they from out west?
For 1,000 years, 1,000 years.
No, they're from Nova Scotia.
They're from Nova Scotia. Okay, I was just about to say, are they maritime band? Yeah.
They ended up having a bit of a reunion when the Scott Pilgrim movie came out.
I see.
So that was one thing that happened that sort of revitalized them a little bit. The Gillis sisters are in a new band, I think, called Sisters, or they were at that time.
Right.
But they reformed with the two other members to do the Scott Pilgrim show, and they had a couple songs on the soundtrack as well.
Mm-hmm.
But they were a very popular college band,
Right.
in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they played on YTV because that was their demographic, that was their
Right.
age group.
Yeah.
So they were like college people. We were kind of too old for them.
Right.
But I mean, the music was good, and they got played on the college stations. So that's today in history.
Day in history, yes, indeed. Canadian history, and yeah, the Chinese girls. They're from L.A., right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
They're the Lindas. I
Lindas,
haven't
yeah.
read their bio at all.
Okay.
I just somebody forwarded to me just before we started the show saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is cool," and
Right.
so I wanted to watch it as soon as possible. I thought, oh well, hey,
Sure.
it's Asian History month, so
Yeah.
let's take a look at that.
Yep. It's a sad commentary on our society that you have to have special time periods to celebrate ethnicities. You know, it doesn't you should be celebrating this throughout the year just for being who they are. Not, like special, Black History Month, like Latino, like Asian, like everybody should be celebrating everything all the time, for Christ's sakes. We're human beings. We're all one species. Unless of course I don't know that there's, some Neanderthal enclave in Europe that's been hiding in caves for the past 1,000 years, and suddenly they'll pop out and go, Neanderthal pride,
there is the talk that that they weren't so much killed off as they were bred off.
Yes, they were sort of assimilated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a nasty word to say in Quebec.
Yes, it is, but because according to genetics, there's a large portion of European, especially European descendant peoples that have a smattering of Neanderthal in them somewhere, genetic components. Mm-hmm. So there must have been interbreeding, and the interbreeding obviously must have wiped them out. It's a sad fact, but that's what happens. That's the theory of evolution, isn't it? So there we go. In our faces.
In our face.
In our face. Yeah.
I.
And and what's up with you?
What's up with me?
Yes.
I've just been finding it kind of hard recently. So
Mm-hmm.
the walks have been really helping.
Yeah.
I really am looking forward to the ability to take a late night walk.
Ah,
I just find
yes.
it much more calming, especially walking down beside the river.
Mm-hmm.
On my Instagram, which people can find that I know it's a support the channel link, but if you look for the Paul Ash Instagram that's on that link tree, you'll be able to see that I've been taking some photos and whatnot down by the river. Down by the river.
Yep.
Just it sounds much more poetic than it is, but I find it amazing that like 8 minutes from my door, I can be surrounded by trees and not see really many buildings,
Right.
and
No, there's
just
there's
have
there's a,
that.
there's a number of different places on the island of Montreal that you can find that are not difficult to locate, but you can go there and you'd swear you were out in the country someplace, Like there's areas of Senville here on the West Island. There's areas of St. Anne de Bellevue. There's areas of Ile Perrot and just a little off island, like just in Vaudreuil and the Hudson area. And you're driving along and you'd swear you were out in the eastern townships or up north in the country someplace. It's not super urban. It's more, it's almost like I said, country-ish. And there's lots of greenery and water. We're surrounded by water. It's an island, So what are you gonna do? You can find the water. Not always the greatest water, but find the water.
Yeah, I'm just walking beside it right now,
Yeah,
but it does a lot to kind of lift my spirits
yeah,
and the chance to get out there
yeah.
among it. Though it made me very sweaty today. I think tomorrow I'll have to walk earlier just to avoid some of the heat.
Right.
Oh, look at I'm looking. Sorry, I just caught a glimpse of how glossy I look. This is, and that's not like I'm wearing a mask, so it's not. This is not a sunburn. I'm wearing sunglasses and a mask, so
Yeah.
that's just my fat greasy blood just
Well,
bringing the red to my face.
it's the Irish in you, It's the Irish people. They tend to be a little bit sunburned. Sun, they're susceptible to sunburn.
I'm not though.
You're not? No?
No,
No.
that's one of the things is I've been always sort of proud of is I've had maybe 3 or 4 sunburns
Oh, okay.
in my life,
Hmm.
but I'm not pure Irish.
Ah, yes, of course.
So
Yeah.
I believe sort of like that mix has made me a bit more sun resistant than
Yeah.
so I'm the sun walker among the Irish. Uh,
Yes.
just, well, Claudio is not responding to any messages,
I know
so
Claudio's missing in action. I don't know. Well, he did have a an MRI scheduled for, I think it was Wednesday, that they had to cancel. They may have called him in. See,
oh,
because they may have found an opening for him. They may have had a cancellation, and he may be at the hospital getting that MRI. So
well
that's what I suspect might be happening.
he did read the message at 12:52
Okay.
today,
Hmm.
and he didn't respond at the time, and then
Okay.
things just went on without him. So
I don't know. Did we do something to offend him?
so I'm not sure, but if we keep this voice up, then maybe we
Perhaps we
will.
will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We'll definitely offend him. We'll offend the
All right,
whole.
this
We'll defend our whole audience.
well, and we just got somebody
On-
watching. Just as I was about to say, it's time for us to go. There's no audience to offend. Somebody has tuned in
Excellent.
for this moment.
Yeah.
So the mental health check-in show
Yes.
that we have here. Do you have anything that you want to bring to the screen? That's something that has sparked you joy in the past week. Something
Not
to
really.
mention that's positive.
I haven't. I have been following the American political debacle that's going on the Republican side. It's unbelievable how they have a knack for shooting themselves in the foot over and over again. It's surprising they can walk, but it's just such a farce. And we're trying to do the thing to keep things under control with the pandemic and everything. And here in Canada, we were just sort of putzing along, waiting for the vaccine supply to ramp up for us, and we're sort of at the mercy of that right now, I find.
Yes. Yeah. It's. I mean, I would love to hear that I can get my second dose a little sooner.
Yeah, I would too. I got to be honest. Yeah. It's like, okay, it's July 14th. It's not an eternity away. It's roughly 7 weeks away. But if it was only 4 weeks away, I'd be much, more reassured in the whole process.
I know I'm looking at August 11th,
Yeah.
which is one of my roommate's birthdays.
Mhm.
But my birthday is at the beginning of June. I have not celebrated a birthday in 2 years.
Yeah. Well, everybody, when on Facebook, when they show up, they give you a notification of, you have friends with their birthdays today, stuff like that. Everybody that I've so far that I've contacted like that, I keep saying, well, this is your second pandemic birthday, so enjoy it as best you can. Hopefully, it'll be your last. But so. I mean, my mother-in-law, she was when the lockdown occurred back in March of 2000, or actually not 2000, it's 2000, yeah, 2000. We were out celebrating her birthday because I think they locked everything down on the 13th, and her birthday was the 10th. So she had just snuck in not having a birthday, and this year she's had her first pandemic birthday. But I've had two so far. My wife's about to have her second one. I have a bunch of friends who they've all had more than one pandemic birthday. So this is what it is right now. So
Well, for me, it was like my 50th birthday.
hmm
We sort of started to make plans, and then we didn't have plans,
yeah,
and then we just kind of let it go by.
right,
And then my 51st birthday was the pandemic birthday,
right.
and
Now
so I'm
you-
coming up on my next one, and I'm feeling like I haven't celebrated my 50th birthday.
Yes,
I-
they
I-
owe us a
I'm
couple
about
of
to turn
years.
52.
They actually owe us a couple of years. I'm
Yeah.
going to knock 2 years off my age.
Well, the thing is, though, it isn't the pandemic isn't the reason why I missed the 50th.
Okay,
It was because that was a year before everything kind of went to shit.
right.
So, 10 months before everything went to shit.
hmm
So, oh well, that's the way it's going to be. Claudio has just confirmed that he's at the hospital.
Aha,
So,
see?
best wishes to
Yes.
Claudio.
Hope it all goes well, bud.
And we've been online for a half hour at this point.
Yep.
So thank you very much, Mike, for checking in. Thank you for anyone who's watching this.
Yes.
Please give it a little bit of a like,
Yeah, definitely.
and we'll keep let's keep thinking positive thoughts and listening to good music.
Yep.
Anything else you wanted as a takeaway from this show, Mike?
As a takeaway from the show, it's like it's just keep your spirits up, people. This is the weather's getting better. The restrictions are sort of going to be relaxed a little bit. Be safe, be smart, don't go nuts like some people do. Just you're not children, you're adults. Behave like one.
No,
No, I refuse to.